names, and that's kind of where the similarities end for these two guys. But here we are going into game one. You're going to be able to see these moves. Very pretty animations, pretty moves. Let's see how they use them.
Yeah, Regalo starting off with the aggression here with the nairs and quickly pushing Cyclix off the stage. Are we going to get an absorb? Already, Budwar, we are, but it hits Ness and is able to save the stock. And we're going for blood, Budwar. What am I watching?
Right, just 3 back airs. The funny thing about Lucas back air, while that spike hitbox is quite inconsistent, the weak hit can find itself. Not a true combo, but very, very tight. If you're not ready, he can just keep throwing out those back airs, and eventually it will spike and take your stock extremely early.
What a joy these two are to watch. Cyclix has already pushed Regalo off the stage, and that's going to be it. Budwar, they just trade 0 to death.
They're just 2-stock game, 50 seconds in, and this is what I'm saying. It's just silly how fast the stocks on these characters can melt. The spike feeling like an explosive hit, while Ness was able to knock Lucas so far he didn't make it back. Choosing to close out with the back air, maybe for himself, maybe to demoralize Regalo. But here we are back in a more sane, neutral gameplay that you might see more traditionally here.
I don't know how sane I can call it. Look how aggressive these two players are playing. I'm not seeing any PK fires. I'm seeing very little Zair trains from Lucas. I'm just seeing straight running aerials from these players. We see Regalo finally starting to establish some sort of range game versus this Ness. But Cyclix finding these such strong ledge traps as well as Regalo. They have to play in the middle of the stage, but they're pushing each other so well to the corners, like that Lucas forward air and forward tilt to move this Ness off the stage. Luckily, he has that magnet to try to get around the magic, but is going to get caught in a little bit of a tussle there. Regalo not quite able to find the edge guard. He's going to lose a stock of his own.
Yeah, and just like a little bit of a mistake was made there, and that's all it takes is for you to lose your stock, especially when you have to worry about if I have to use my PK Lightning or PK Thunder, I can get absorbed, I can die at any percent. That is something that is so stressful. You might find yourself accidentally doing an air dodge you shouldn't, or maybe jumping in a spot you shouldn't, and then you're going to be losing your stock in a much worse way.
Absolutely, and that's going to eat at the mental game. And I'm so impressed with Cyclix's accuracy on these PK fires on Lucas Tether. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that at home, but I mean, he has been landing those in spades. And just like that, even the percent's up, as Ness, you may think of as having a couple more kill options than Lucas with this very potent back throw, the strongest in the game. This Lucas player, Regalo, has the kill options of their own with 3 different kill throws, not quite as strong as Ness's, and also the aerials killing slightly earlier. It's caught on the yo-yo, not quite going to connect the whole thing.
Wow.
Lucas finding himself off stage is going to have to up B, but cannot quite magnet going to get through it.
Yeah, able to find the hit on himself with the PK Lightning, going invincible right before the forward air hitting, also just doing a silly amount of damage. Suddenly now Ness is in the air, a very floaty character, struggles to land. Lucas just needs to find one hit to close it, explodes him off the top. Closing out a game that looked back and forth, explosive, out of control. I don't even really know how many more words you could use to describe it. There's just so many.
Yeah, I don't think these two ledge trapped each other a single time. I think it was all when someone was off stage. All right, I'm a coming, and you're gonna die or I'm gonna die. We're playing this PK game, and it's a fast one. To Town and City we go.
And something that's so interesting about this Town and City pick is that compared to what we just saw, where typically somebody is getting edge guarded and finding themselves not making it back, these side blast zones are so close, you're going to find yourself hitting them much earlier than on other stages.
Yeah, absolutely. That Lucas forward air is certainly one that comes to mind. That's going to deal some damage here on Town City. Ness back throw, certainly a throw that benefits from the narrow horizontal blast zones of Town. That Ness forward tilt, certainly going to kill much earlier than before, but doesn't need it to charge. Yo-Yo at the ledge. Cyclix going to find an early lead here, and a strong one at that.
And we saw last game, though, finding yourself a stock at 0 right away doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a lead. Sometimes these stocks just disappear. You're at 95, double jump gone, resources gone on Town and City, but finding your way back to center, an impressive feat, especially against a player of Regalo's caliber using a character like Lucas that can just cover so much space. Look at these guys throwing out moves, trying to get someone to overextend.
Man, I'm just not sure. I'm watching Smash Bros right now with just how much these two are just so relentless on each other. I mean, they're just going at it right now with such creativity. I'm just absolutely loving this set right now. Cycilix putting on the pressure, and Regalo just seemingly swinging out a disadvantage every time. These two are just not scared. They're playing such quick Smash Bros as the magnets from Cycilix are keeping these PK fires from causing any sort of zoning. Like, he just keeps the pace up. And Cycilix with this lead here, did find themselves in a big combo at the beginning there, but now has established the first serious lead of this set, and is going to fall out of the up tilt as they live that forward air, and Ness finding himself at 145, and the reversal out of disadvantage. These two just swing each other, and someone loses a stock.
Right, and finding the up air here, you're really going to have to find and complete that 0 to death you were hoping to get earlier this game here, close out this lead that Cycilix has created, but just stretching his stock with absorbing those PK fires and just barely living and finding an early reversal is really stretching this game in Cycilix's favor.
Oh, almost gets the home run there out of the PK fire. That would have been an early stock there, as Regalo does try to claw back here. Is not going to stop the aggression pushing Cycilix to the edge here again. We are on Town and City, is the narrowest side blast into the game, and we finally see the PK Thunder get absorbed. That is what you were talking about before the set. Such a strong edge guard there. If Ness's Thunder goes into that big blue circle, it just goes away and you fall to your death.
And look at this even game basically here. You're actually threatening your stock on a stage like Town and City, losing your jump, and suddenly the situation is reversed, but that was almost another one of those 0 to deaths that we were seeing from these two players, just taking and dealing so much damage, so much explosive kill power.
Yeah, Regalo certainly almost took the stock off that one bridge there that we saw, and has already managed to even up the percent. Cycilix still swinging with these back hit of neutral airs at a disadvantage. Regalo can't get hit by too many of those, especially at the ledge. Gonna get the front hit that time. Is going to send Regalo off the stage, but able to swing so that you don't get ledge trapped that time. You don't want to get caught with any of those Ness moves off the stage, especially here on Town. But Town is going to help you in finding this stage, this KO nice and early. This is a dead even game. Despite the percents, look at how far Ness flies to just a forward air.
And this is so stressful. A grab, I think, from either player will do it. And this is one of those situations where you don't want to be the one to lose this game. You want to push your advantage as Regalo. You don't want to let the other player go up 2-0.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We can see no more shields coming out from these players. If they do, it's just a flicker. They don't want to get caught in shield too long before they will get grabbed. But the option of grab is dash attack. A burst option there from Cycilix is going to catch Regalo on the retreat there. And that is not the way I expected that game to end, but it is certainly a kill move in Ness's arsenal, and one that Lucas has to commit a little bit more to. That's one that Cycilix is going to find, and we are going to find ourselves in that 1-1 scenario. Now Regalo doesn't have to win one more game to win the set. They have to win two. Same for Cycilix, but we are at an even playing field.
They started playing the Siren mid-set. Looks like Cycilix is dancing along a little bit, maybe feeling good after the win, but hopefully we can all stay locked in, playing out this set. Game 3, our first 1-1. We've seen in Game 3 we're playing best of 5s, but every time it's been a 2-0 lead, someone on the back foot. This is equal footing.
Yeah, you're correct in that one. It looks like Cycilix is going to be the one to come out on top here first. A low recovery from Regalo. Is it we're going to get a PK fire here? No. Going to follow him high. Waiting not to go low there from Regalo. Going to make sure we at least don't lose a stock, even if we get hit again. But, I mean, Cycilix just starting off a lot of these games by just simply not getting hit. Almost another 0 to death from Cycilix, Budwar. I mean, it's consistent at this point.
And it's just one of those things where when your recovery is so easily exploited, you're going to have to do things to avoid using it. And when you're avoiding going off the stage, you're going to find yourself taking more damage, putting yourself in spots where you can get hit by harder hitting moves. And that's just the kind of thing that is happening here. You're getting juggled. You're getting, every time you go back to stage, you're getting hit back off stage. And then you get to answer back with your own on the next stock.
Yeah, I mean, Regalo not being phased by this early deficit, just doing what they can to swing back, to take the early stocks if they can, is able to push Cycilics off stage here, able to find the stock as well. The forward tilt is going to make it happen. It's a dance party here, and these kids are on the dance floor with how they are slinging these aerials onto each other, just trying to find these stocks. Ness still in the lead here, though. Cycilics is able to maintain this advantage, keeping this Lucas off the stage. How are you going to recover this time? The PK Fires do miss on the tethers. Regalo finding the correct angle there to be able to make it back on stage, but he's going to have to recover this deficit, but they certainly know how.
That's true. I feel like that was a backer. You could have threatened the stop, and you do that time, but we're going to see what Regalo is going to do to regain this lead. I mean, you had a 1-0 game lead right now. Suddenly you're finding yourself down in game 3 in a 1-1 set. It's one of those things you don't want to win game 1 and suddenly find yourself in game 4 at a deficit. So how are we going to make changes here to find ourselves maintaining that lead that we earned first?
Certainly. I mean, winning game number 3 earns you a counter pick in game number 5 if you end up going there, and that is what these players are playing for right now. And it's an oh so important game when a match like this, stage could mean a lot. We go from something like town and stage to something like a small battlefield. Those two very different stages with different blast zones and platform layouts, and you want to have the advantage. You want to be in a place that you're more comfortable, and a place that you certainly cannot be comfortable is off stage versus Regalo. A forward tilt is going to take the stock, and Cycilics finds himself in an even game.
Yeah, and forward tilt is just so consistent at hitting people coming up to that ledge. It's nice and big. It lingers just long enough. You can find yourself timing it nicely, as well as a good amount of kill power to really take those stocks when you need it most. But look at this damage is racking up. Somehow I feel like they've taken 100 damage combined, but I haven't seen anybody find a solid hit yet.
No, it's a lot of stray hits. And when they get those strings, they're like 90% strings. But until then, we're just trading blow for blow, and it's just a absolute fight right now with how these two are scrapping. I mean, look at the yo-yo play. Regalo is going to find himself off the stage and lose a stock there to the yo-yo. I mean, so many recovery options have just been stuffed by Cycilics in such unique ways. The tether with the PK Fire, the low recovery with the magnet, and now the ledge trap as well, looking strong. That yo-yo, like you said earlier, maybe you can get up, attack it if you're at the right spacing for it, but that time catching just the get-up option that Regalo was going for. He loves going for these swing backs when he's off stage to just get this opponent away from him. No more ledge trap, but yo-yo is going to beat that option in that scenario.
Yeah, and here we are going back because Regalo was the one that counterpicked here to this stage. And just right off go, going for some damage here, getting a combo started, finding 40, 50, just going to keep getting more, why not? And we're going to see who is going to close out this stock, but we know that they can go at 0 too.
Absolutely, and Regalo is happy to find himself in advantage, has lost the advantage early in the past 2 games, but gets a charged forward smash there off an untimely air dodge and a big low recovery here from Ness. Regalo is going to go for the ledge trap. This time doesn't have the positioning or the timing to be able to go for a big edge guard quite this time, but you don't quite have to just yet. I mean, you do still have the advantage state here, and we know that Cycilics is looking to claw back and take it, but Regalo is able to play this zoning game, able to keep this Ness away, is trying to magnet there to 2-frame, but can't quite find it, just ledge trapping this Ness to great success, but these PK Fires are just completely ineffective as the magnet there stuffs that option.
All right, and just kind of letting the gameplay speak for itself. These players don't want to be the first ones to let a stock go. Cycilics wanting to close the set, Regalo wanting to force this game 5, and I think taking that first stock is such an important step. You get to start taking risks, and that is looking very, very good for Cycilics here, but you still have to deal with an invincible Lucas coming off the Angel Plat, almost finding a stock immediately, but answering back with some damage.
Yeah, despite a nice start from Regalo, it's going to be Cycilics who ends up actually taking the first stock. And I mean, that's just such a momentum stuff for Cycilics. Has had the momentum now for the past 3 games. But, I mean, this one looks like Regulo was able to get the, first advantage, the first mover. But now Sysilix having this stock lead and no free way to take the stock for Regalo because of just how much pressure Sysilix has been putting on. Going for the low recovery there, not able to find the down smash 2-frame. And yeah, Regalo has been doing much more patient ledge trap now. Does not want to find himself in a reversal scenario. Sysilix has just shown a slightly more adept in those specific spots.
Yeah, and we're just seeing so much of Sysilix's game plan here being, I'm going to throw this PK Fire in a spot I don't think I can get hit, and then I'm going to cover myself with my huge back air. And we have seen so many times, one of two things happens, where Sysilix finds himself hitting that PK Fire, pushing lots of damage, or missing that PK Fire and covering himself with a nice big launching back air.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Regalo only be able to find the up air there at 160, but I mean, that's just such a late stock to take here. You now have 120% to your name. You die to grab, you die to many nest aerials, those big back airs that you were talking about, but you're able to find some swings here, trying to gain some damage on this nest. A big bridge here is going to push Sysilix off the stage, and in a big disadvantage scenario, Regalo trying to find a way back into this game is going to find big damage. This is big momentum, Budwar.
And this is where you're actually not so upset anymore to be at all that percent, because with this rage, you kind of are putting Ness in a similar spot to yourself here, and oh my gosh, barely not hitting the blast zone. If you are from NC, you're happy to see that. That was a crazy way to pull Ness off the stage, but getting reversal anyways. Regalo on potentially winner stock.
Yeah, Regalo is bringing out the tricks, trying to find new creative ways to recover, as that has been a very difficult spot for him. But Sysilix still finding himself in the lead despite it, just adapting to every scenario. And when we're at these critical turning points where it seems like Sysilix is at this high percent where he dies any hit, it seems like he's always finding a way to build up a decent amount of extra credit. Regalo says, all right, you got 26%, but that is not a lot for me to claw back from. I can certainly swing out of this corner and I can get that 40% for myself, and he is going to do so with this neutral air. A big comeback here for Regalo is going to even this game up right away as we enter the final stock of game number 4.
And this is just tense here. We got these orange percents. You're not quite in pertinent danger, but you don't want it to get much higher. Last stock here. This is going to be a situation where someone's either kissing their lead goodbye or someone is going down to the lower bracket. These players both desperately wanting to just close this game out. Regalo gonna have to fight a game 5 if he does. Sysilix getting a breath to relieve himself, but no, barely not hitting the corner. And here we go, ledge trap situation here, Regalo.
Yeah, Regalo's been looking really strong in these ledge traps. Sysilix so happy that he was able to live that forward air, but is going to live the up air as well. Those Lucas aerials, they don't hit like Ness aerials, I'm just going to say it, but they are able to kill off the side. The PK Fire is going to do it. That might be the first Lucas PK Fire I've actually seen connect at the ledge. Sysilix has had the counterplay with these magnets off stage all set to be able to not get hit by the PK Fire. It's actually the neutral getup that gets him PK Fire this time.
It was so far through the Ness, but just kind of hitting him in the back, sending him the way. Thankfully, we didn't see a situation where, Smash Ultimate chose, oh, it's behind the nest, let's send them in, and this game's gonna go on even longer. But 3 kill screens, 3 times the charm, they say. Regalo making us get a game 5 situation. Again, one of these this fun set to watch. I could imagine these players are just stressed, frustrated at this point, and now they're playing their 5th game of this, and they need to win it to stay in winners.
I would bet that as well, but I couldn't be happier to watch these photo finishes that we've been seeing. I expect this game 5 to be no less, as Regalo is going to have the first lead here on Battlefield, the first time we're seeing this stage in this series, and these ledge traps have been working out really well for Regalo. He's been able to hold this nest at the ledge, keep this nest in a juggle scenario, scenario, those swingbacks that Ness has been having, Regulo has been adapting to. But, I mean, the pressure from Cysilix is nothing to scoff at. We know what this player is capable of, but he's going to find himself off stage. Trade with the Thunder. Regulo finds his first huge lead of the set.
And now Regulo is choosing to do these slower, safer options. This is why Cysilix stocks have been stretching longer, right? Instead of going for the magnets, now we're going to let you come back. I'm going to hit you back off, but once you're too far, you have to use a Thunder. I'm going to push you away with my own. I'm not risking myself, but I'll take the stock later, has been the name of the game for this comeback that Regulo is mounting after losing his initial lead.
But look at the composure of Cysilix, understanding that he lost a big scenario there, but is able to put on the pressure onto Regulo, get these percentages high so that he can find those kill options. Isn't quite able to find it there, but trying to find these oh so potent back airs that have gotten him so much mileage. But, I mean, the percent is just building, able to swing out of that scenario with the back hit of neutral air, finding himself at even stocks. Regulo playing a nice zoning game, almost quite like a sword character, keeping this Ness at bay with these forward airs. That's what we love to see out of a Lucas as he gets pressured offstage. Cysilix in the advantage now.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, I don't think you wanted to do that down smash. I'm not sure what you were gaining there, and you're finding yourself hit off stage, almost in a stock threatening position, but here we are landing on the top plat with this tri-plat layout. Battlefield feels huge. This stage feels like these kids have a whole playground to run around, beat each other up, and we're going to see who's going to take stock to put each other on winner's side point.
And we can see how Cysilix is playing with this top platform, utilizing Ness down air to go through the platform to try to combo into something, but is not going to get to play on the top platform, is going to be off stage and hit by a Regulo down smash, and Regulo is going to maintain the advantage that he gained at the beginning of this game. Cysilix, you know, trying to play with these platforms, trying to find these big mid-percent setups that will kill earlier than these 90% that he'd rather not play at while he's out of fresh stock. You don't want to trade with Lucas at this point. You don't want to take unnecessary damage as Regulo reads your roll in and gets a platform extension, almost reads the air dodge there. Cysilix counting a lucky star on that one is going to find himself back in the neutral. Trade the fires, but don't get the back air. Regulo is establishing a serious lead here. Again, 90% to Cysilix, and Regulo has the ledge trap.
This is just, it feels like Regulo is playing with both controllers, knowing exactly where he's going every time, and Cysilix is just happy to be still only at 100, considering the damage done, not quite getting the jump out and the timing you need. You can get out of that, that's not guaranteed, but Regulo getting the shield broken, that's, your stock's gone, you don't get to live there, and this is it. 2 last stocks with an 100% lead, but a hit for Cysilix.
What a joy, Budwar. I certainly did not think we would see a yo-yo shield break in this game number 5, but here we are, utilizing the down the plug. Oh, he gets the PK fire on the tether. That was almost the stock, Budwar. If he was able to get the down air off of that PK fire, Regulo so happy to return to stage here with the percent advantage still in their favor, slowing the game down drastically. Ends up off stage, detects the wall, but is going to have to recover. Then Lucas down smash does not quite connect. They're going to have to find a way to get past this kid. They do. And back to the neutral. Going to find themselves above ground. Going to try to find another down air setup through the battlefield platform. But they do reset to a true neutral. Another big hit will do it for Regulo, but Cysilix knows the moves that kill, knows what he can't get hit by, doesn't get hit by the sweet spot of that forward air. If it was sweet spot, it would have taken his stock, but it's going to live at 166 here. Can't get hit by anything potent. It's going to do it. The drag down neutral air up tilt. You can't be sure we're watching Lucas